Welcome everyone. So in this episode we're going to talk about how the tool as a whole can be mapped, okay, and what are the different other add-on features do we have and how far it's customizable, and as an informatician how you can go ahead and leverage the full potential of the tool. Now this tool is running in the background right now, but I'm not sure whether it's running or not, so I can have a quick check. So this is where we can go ahead and quickly check if the tool is running. So this is an option which is, do you want to terminate or do you want to cancel it? And I can cancel it, so which means to say now this particular tool is now running. Now if I choose to exit, the tool can be exited at this point of time. So we have both the options over here. So now how does this tool really function? So we started with giving an introductory screen where it goes ahead and gives you as a quick launch guide for the Automator keys. These are the different keys that we have selected for this particular demonstration, okay, and there are different keys that can be used. There's no limitation, so there are so many keys on your keyboard which are really not used, and those keys can be used as a quick launch keys. Now if you notice, F5 and F10 we have reserved it because it's an important key for the applications that we use, and F3, F4, F8 and F9 we have mapped it to URLs. Alright, so it's not only required to have only the URLs mapped, you can have the applications also mapped. Alright, and we have one of the keys to terminate the tool and one key to go ahead and check the status of the tool. Now the status of the tool is always important because you really want to know sometimes that you want to check whether it's active or not. So this is where it goes. If it's active and you want to terminate it, so we have already given that option right away in this particular notification window. You can go ahead and click on F11 and it will take you back to the termination window confirmation script. And so while using the tool, okay, now if you feel the tool is not responding well and you really want to go ahead and refresh, you want to hit the refresh key. So we have a refresh key or the reload confirmation. All right, so it would go ahead and ask you, saying that you're about to reload, do you want to? Yes, and F1 will help you to bring back to the first introductory screen. Now F6 is a very interesting feature that we will quickly demonstrate to you, and F4 is also in line with the F6 key, and then the U tab key and the P tab key. Okay, now all of them do a very good function. Okay, now I'll quickly get started with the F6 key. Now this says enter the username and this is the password. Now these could be your Gmail passwords, your Outlook passwords, or your banking passwords. It could be anything. All right, so at the end of the day, depending on what application you're working in, okay, you can go ahead and you can enter the username and password. When you click on login, the username and passwords are stored in a remote location. That depends on the file path that you have given, and even in that file path, if you look into the file that is saved, okay, the password is encoded. So which means to say there's a good amount of encryption that happens, and there is security. But even the best of the softwares, the best of the organization securities are breached sometimes. But this is to a bare minimum, I should say. It will be very helpful on day-to-day activity. And we'll quickly demonstrate to you how it is helpful. Now, we have saved the username and password, right? So if I go ahead and click on the U key and tab, it would enter the username that I have entered, and that is in the username field, and password would be for the password. So this is where it goes ahead and helps you a lot, especially when you are logging into multiple applications. Now the last username and password which was entered is this is on the F4 key, on the prompt of F4 key. All right, now we will get the insert. Okay, now that insert is the username to the username field and the password to the password field. Now this works beautifully on applications. All right, but again, we would go ahead with the recommendations of having the username and the password separate, we wouldn't want you to use the username and password auto insert unless it's a very secure environment. Now, this is a very high level introduction of how the keys for the automated tool can be mapped and what are the different functionalities that you can have with the tool. And there's no limit to the amount of keys that you can have them mapped, and there is no restriction on the type of application or the type of URL that you are trying to access, unless there is a security restriction at the organization level or at the firewall level. So this works very much within your organization security and within the firewall limitation. This does not require an additional leeway for any of these tools. So this is just a quick insight as to how these tools work, and I would not be able to demonstrate any other functionality because these are mapped to my current applications, and because of privacy and security, I would not be able to demonstrate. But definitely, if there is a requirement that you have, we will be able to go ahead and help you with it, and we are happy to work with you on those lines. Anyway, thanks for your time and thanks for your patience and for all the questions that have been coming forward. We look forward for more of your shout outs. So until the next video, you take care and have a good time. Thank you.